This try tipping the balance in favour of England. Wales had led 9-3, but they finally went down 21 points to 15. And the under-19s have also been in action today. They met Ireland in the World Cup, the playoff for 5th and 6th place. Unfortunately, they lost also 20 points to 15, so Wales finish 6th in Dubai. Neil, you raced here from the under-18 game. Close run thing?
Yeah, it was. They were, you know, to be truthful, they total control in the first half, 9-3 up, and a slight mistake and a breakaway try from England put them 10-9 up at half time. But most of all, the play was in our hands really, and we probably should have been not behind, but comfortably in front at half time. And then, to be fair, England turned the corner in the second half and started playing some good stuff, and we struggled to get back in the game from there.
Okay, that's the coming generation, the older generation. Some of them are going to be appearing on Sunday, Mike, for my stay against
Leeds. It's been like a crazy gang, isn't it, with my stag, with Kevin Ellis and John Devereux, the Boobier brothers. All credit to them. I mean, how they keep the appetite and their fitness going at this stage. They want to play at sort of 40 plus, I think most of them are. It's incredible. So. And then you've got Roland Phillips and Neath as well. I think you're probably fancying Neath to get through on that one again. They've got a very strong squad. But, on the day, Devereux, he can change a game. I think he's proved that already for my stake this year, and you wouldn't bet against him doing it again. It'd be nice to see him get a cup final appearance, because I'm not sure he went there in his earlier career.
Okay, let's have a look outside. There are three gentlemen from the Blues: Bob Norster, Gareth Edwards and Peter Thomas, the chairman. They'll obviously be concerned, I would have thought, boys, about Jonah Lomu's injury this week. This was Lomu earlier in the season. Of course, a huge impact in terms of ticket sales at Cardiff, and this was the one and only try he did score for the Blues. That was against the Dragons earlier in the season. A couple of good breaks against the Borders, and then one bad break, Mike.
Yeah, you've got to feel very sorry for him. It's been a tremendous effort to get back to sort of to fitness, and I think he'd gone in the press saying how things have been improving for him. He's gone back to New Zealand with renewed optimism. I mean, the guy is incredibly brave just to be on a rugby field, what he's been through, and I think all of us wish him well in recovering as quickly as he does.
What's his impact been like at Cardiff now?
I think Jonah's a fantastic player. I think just him himself, as Mike said, it's been incredible to get back on a pitch. I think after 2.5 years out, and I think the players of Cardiff have, taken him in, and he's a great guy. I met him, and he's a lovely guy and a nice person. I think the players have learned a lot from him. Okay, back to tonight. What's going to happen here in the second half? I think it's going to be a Pontypridd win. I think Cardiff had their chance first half, and I think we'll get on top second half.
Mike?
I got to go with Cardiff. I think they've been strong all the way through it, and if they can, retain that sort of possession and take a few chances in the second half, then I fancy them to nick it.
Okay, teams on their way out. Go back to Robert and Gareth.
Thanks, Graham. Back on the field, duly stitched. Cardiff fullback Jamie Roberts. And I think they got one other change in their ranks as well. Elgin Jones has come on the right wing instead of Jonathan Hill. Elgin Jones, prolific try scorer in the last couple of seasons.
That's okay.
So Cardiff restart, having had most of the possession, most of the territory, and that's the understatement of the year, but trailing at half-time.
And it's another mistake again. It was a good run, powerful run by Nathan Strong, but the ball has gone again out of his clutches, and scrum immediately in a good position yet again, although they spent most of the first half in areas like this and couldn't turn it into points. The second half, can they do better?
Yeah, that change has come on the Cardiff right wing, but it's not Elgin Jones who's come on. Jonathan Hill has gone off, and Nick Gill has stayed on, but not as full back as he was in the first half, but on that right wing.
Quicker, please.
There must be a fairly strong breeze out there then if Nathan Strong is deciding to run from there, although it was a free kick, so he couldn't go direct to touch.
Advantage over!
Jamie Roberts' first touch back. Excellent take of his own kick as well.
Leave it!
The ever busy Michael Leman. straight in the action in the second half.
Yeah, he's impressive, but that's a mistake. Having one possession in a good position again. Jamie Roberts did exceptionally well there, but at 6'5", you'd expect him to leap higher than most other backs, and he did. He secured possession, but it was the wrong option. Down the short side by Leman, but he was pushed into touch, which gives the ball, of course, back to Pontypridd.
Just at the back, please. And hold.
Clayton Davis finding Grant Harrington, and then attaching himself to the end of the maul that Ponty are trying to drive forward, although he's crabbing sideways.
Inside.
And Jason Pocock managed to stay just inside. Not that it matters anyway, because it wasn't heading for touch. Strong underneath it.
On away, tackler. Stay.
Lockyer. And this is probably the longest that Ponty had possession in the whole game.
Retire, blue one.
Well, it was a good kick by Nick Gill there. You could see that no one was at home. But I think you have to say, I mean, from that line out, they managed to turn over the ball, they managed to get the line out, but the ball was shipped back for some 30 metres there to Jason Pocock, who just hoofed it downfield. They have to have a more direct route and just not rely on kickers, especially, of course, with the wind supposedly against the Pontypridd side this half.
The break-off from Stuart Williams. And that caught the Cardiff Blues napping rather on the blind side. Nuttall, good pass. Pocock. Riley, strong running and great awareness of support on the inside as well. It'll be a penalty to Ponty if they can't use it. Flanagan. Clayton against Stamatakis. Bounce favoured Stamatakis, so no advantage in the end.
Captain.
It'll be interesting to see if there's a yellow card.
We said about quick ball. You must leave them have it the same as you want it. You mustn't. Yeah, but you're not pulling a guy in before he gets the ball. Don't pull him in, please. Positive.
I have to say there, guy. I mean, it was a positive statement by the referee, and I think it's something
positivity at the ruck,
that this Pontypridd side need to take on board about being positive. They need to keep the ball open. This penalty there, as I said, Gareth Jones to scrum half, just being pulled in by Gareth Gravel. We're looking for an open game. We want to generate quick ball. Pontypridd have to do that. When they do get the ball out wide, Tom Riley in particular is looking dangerous. They've poked at the full back. They have huge pace on the wings in Nuttall and Chris Clayton. So they need to keep it away from contact as much as possible.
The winners to meet either Neath or Maesteg in the final. That game live on S4C on Sunday. Nice little stab through. Ooh, Dafydd Lockyer. That would have been danger had he gathered. But instead it's Nick Gill who got it. So a lovely little cover by Dai Flanagan.
Still advantage from the knock-on.
But it's a far more positive beginning to the second half from Pontypridd.
Advantage over.
Lovely kick though.
Yeah, he certainly uses left boot to good effect tonight, Leon Andrews. We haven't seen a huge amount of him. But again, that was deft. And the ball just didn't quite bounce up properly to Dafydd Lockyer, but he found the space. And again, he'll keep the Cardiff defence really on tenterhooks as to what Dafydd Flanagan will do.
Nice line out ball provided by Dicomidis. Nuttall. And Nuttall straight through the middle. Looks outside and inside. Shellard is right up there with him. There's a superb break by Matthew Nuttall. They need quick ball now. Maybe you've gone the wrong way. That's where the forwards were. The pass picked up by Strong. Back to Clayton. And Clayton shows good pace as well and good feet. Leon Andrews stuck with him, and Malpas aided in the tackle. Penalty for killing the ball, but there were two good breaks by the two Pontypridd back three.
You made the tackle, then you came straight back over the other side. Last warning, positive. You make the tackle, fine. Then he came in over him.
Well, that's a warning. I'm sure a card's going to come out the next time. I'm surprised it hasn't come up till now, but again, they needed quick ball. The Pontypridd side, he was killed. I'm not sure about some of the stamping that's going on in there, but great run by Clayton, and Malpas just held over him, stayed over him. Just looking, obviously a bit disappointed. Grant Harrington there with the fact they couldn't generate the quick ball. And James Malpas suffering in both ways.
A little warning there, shouldn't be lying on. 3 simple points for David Flanagan. First point to the second half, as they were in the first half for Pontypridd. They now lead by 17 points to 13.
Yeah, they almost blew, well, I think they did blow a real good try-scoring opportunity there as well, because they managed to do all the hard work. Riley again, Nettle doing the good work. The ball was there, it was quick ball. Forwards just came in, stood over it, and didn't allow Gareth Jones the opportunity to move it away quickly. And as a result, the Cardiff defence got back into alignment, and it was just all difficult to break down a solid defence like that.
Great touch finder, superb strike. And as you can see from the flag, he's into the breeze. Not the strongest breeze going.
4 gents, 1 receiver.
There's 1 or 2 former Ponty players there.
1 receiver.
Plying their trade for the Dragons these days. Ian Goff, Gareth Wyatt, and a couple more who are Blues players these days, of course. Rob Sidoli and Gethin Jenkins. I know a lot of those boys were in the final last year in one of the boxes when last gasp effort by Llanelli robbed Ponty of the cup.
6 and 8.
3 ball, which Rhys Shellard will pick up for you all day. Lockyer.
Now leave it go, hands away!
And Ponty spending more and more time down in Cardiff territory.
As Cardiff were making the mistakes, losing the possession, and that ball again wasn't presented properly. Nobody came in to seal the ball. Just get over it, make sure, you know, just look around and just make sure that that ball's by your feet and bide your time until a scrum half or someone to come in and pass the ball. The ball was just released quickly, and who came in? It was Rhys Shellard. They're getting more and more on top of this game. They're gaining territory, and they're making things happen.
No, hands away, late! Hands away! Good. Yeah, leave it, leave it! Leave it! That's good, late. Thanks, mate.
Well, looking at the number of ex-Pontypridd players here, I mean, obviously their allegiance is with the Pontypridd side, although they're all part of the region now. These guys, of course, have played a lot of rugby for Pontypridd over the years. That's where they were born, brought up, that's where they learnt their rugby trade, and I'm sure they're cheering on the boys.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice tail of the line-out ball from Strong, crash ball from Lockyer. Well bottled up by the Cardiff midfield, and it went forward as well.
Unlucky, Lord, the man lost it here, unlucky. Lost it forward.
Yeah, Dafydd Lockyer, we haven't seen a huge amount of him in attack as yet, because he's the big, powerful man. He's the one who looks to gain the yards.
First, gents. Wait.
But on that occasion, perhaps a bit too upright. They managed to get Cardiff managed to get in on the ball and pinch it, or at least slip it out of his grasp.
Stay down. It's out. Good.
There we are. You can take the boy out of Ponty, but you can't take Ponty out of the boy.
That, please. Thank you.
Well, there we are, as I said.
Leman.
No, leave it go.
Cardiff will want these big back row boys to get on the charge. along with the likes of Geraint Morris there. But again, lost the ball after laying it back. And that support that was so good and close in the first half hasn't been there. Nice ball from Riley. He's in such good form, Tom Riley. Picked up the run from Pocock on his inside shoulder and then changed his angle well. He's the one who's creating for Ponty behind Tom Riley. Lockyer, more traditional, straight down the middle centre. Flanagan leaning back on the kick. Jamie Roberts with a decent enough reply, but
outside the 22.
Took it in.
Oh, took it into the 22, yeah. But they're winning those 50-50 balls now, and they're again, Rhys Shellard has become a bit more prominent in the tight play. Any ball bobbling around, he's in on there, he's securing possession, and everyone's responding to that as well. They're a little bit more alert than they were in the first half, a bit sharper on their feet. And Tom Riley, as you said, has been quite impressive in midfield. He's very sharp. The angles he's picking up are tremendous. He's always making those 2 or 3 yards, even when defences are tight.
Oh, that's an excellent kick. The left-footed option again from Leon Andrews.
There you go on.
Crowd at Rodney Parade, just short of 1,500. And most of those would be Ponty supporters.
It's interesting as well, they're not in the stand, just like at Pontypridd, they're all in the bank, where they can congregate together, stand, sing, chant, and of course praise their team as they move forward into a lead, and they have got tremendous support. Sidori there. That's not Rob Sidori.
I think it's the try scorer, or the not try scorer, Geraint Morris, who's just down at the moment. Cardiff will turn round and say, have a look at the papers tomorrow morning. It's down there. Cardiff, who've reached the final by beating Lan, Tonmawr, Bonamine and Llandifri. The Ole Ole's have been sung this year against Pontypridd, Narberth, Cross Keys and Bilth. We pointed him out beforehand, and Chris Dicomidis has lived up to his reputation as an excellent line-out forward this evening. And Cardiff revert to the kind of driving play that proved successful for them in the first half. Trevette and then Leman, last ones to present it to Anderson. McLeod on the loop, Gill on the wide outside. Nuttall offering him the outside, but Gill cuts back in. And this could be interesting, but great recovery by Nick Gill, good turn of speed. And again, Leon Andrews forced to kick. Chris Clayton. And again, it's Dicomidis back there, corner flagging for his team. He played centre initially before being converted to back row and then second row. So he's obviously got the ball skills as well, and he's got the awareness of where the next defensive bit of work needs to be done. That's a slip by Gill, and the pressure is on from Lee Evans. Great hounding and harrying by Ponty. It's just the kind of thing to get the crowd going, and that in turn will keep the team going. Jamie Roberts knows he hasn't found touch. Matthew Nuttall is there. They need to go wide, very wide, because there's only a couple of forwards out there. Lockyer back to Nuttall again. Good cover though by Cardiff. Gareth Jones, Flanagan, Pocock. Now questions are being asked of the Cardiff defence. Turnover time, the Blues, the Cardiff team rather, get the ball.
White's lost it, blue ball. No, that's fine, he secured it anyway.
Yeah, it's happened so many times.
White's took it
Nothing
in,
that
blue ball.
he knew where the space was, he went there.
Substitutions, please.
Some changes.
2 hookers, please.
Ben Phillips coming on as hooker for Pontypridd. Chris Gill coming on in the front row for the Cardiff team.
Wait, gentlemen, please. Engage. Bind high. Thank you. Front rows are gone. Front rows are gone. Yeah, but the front
This will be a chance then for Ponty. They've won the put-in at the scrum.
Waiting large inks first. Hold.
They've got a new hooker in there in the shape of Ben Phillips. But the new prop, Rhys Gill, is the one who's given the penalty away. He's only been on the field a matter of seconds. And that is a big infringement, because it'll give Ponty a 2-score cushion if Dai Flanagan succeeds.
Yeah, well, it's in the simplest of kicks. And Rhys Gill, who's highly rated down with the Cardiff Blues, under 21 international, of course. He'll be disappointed having just come on the field to give away such an important penalty.
Just joined the game.
Conversion of the penalty successful for Dai Flanagan. Now Cardiff have to score twice to take the lead. A converted try will just draw them back level, and Cardiff are having to chase the game now. And I wonder what some of the former Ponty players are making for that. Maybe we'll hear now, because Stu, I think, is amongst them.
Yeah, thanks very much, Charlo. I've made my way to the hospitality where a few Dragons but ex-Ponty boys are enjoying the match. I'm alongside Kerry Sweeney initially. Kerry, all the stats show that Cardiff are dominating the first half, but a big start from Ponty the second half by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it's been a good spectacle tonight. I think the weather's allowed it to be like that, and I think both sides are trying to play rugby, and we've seen an entertaining match tonight.
Let's have a quick word from the flyer, Gareth Wyatt. Gareth, it seems perhaps there's a little bit more freedom out there in the Premiership level than we see at regional level.
Yeah, obviously the conditions suit in a wide game tonight. It's nice to see some of the young Ponty backs showing what they can do on this sort of stage, and hopefully they can hang on and kill the game off maybe.
Let's get to one of the workhorses up front. Goffey, what have you made of the intensity of the forward exchanges?
Well, they must be tired, because they've all got the ball in their hands, and there's some cracking play going on there, and the support for the supporters that have turned up. It's a fantastic atmosphere, so how rugby should be played. It's brilliant.
Noticeable that a few of the guys that we've seen at regional level, Malpas, McLeod, looking a little bit of a class above perhaps.
Well, they're classy players, and they're sort of in the regional setup, and they're proving why. But I think they just add into the two sides playing some good rugby and some great attacking stuff. It's nice to see it. Our game this week was dominated by the boot a bit because of the weather, but these boys are really showing us how to throw the ball around.
There we are, we'll try and balance things up in a second. Sidoli and Gethin Jenkins, or Sid and Mellon, as we know from the Blues, are down the other end. We'll see if we can catch up with them as well. Back to you, Charlo.
Yeah, thanks very much, Stu. I don't think there'll be too much balancing going on. They're Ponty boys as well. We don't mind that.
Charles, probably the biggest Ponty supporter of them all.
Absolutely straight down the middle.
Of Sardis Road.
Into the final quarter then. And the game's got a different complexion now. And that's a great run from Scott Roberts. But it's the following up players who didn't stay on their feet who gave away the penalty. Not the run from the prop.
It was a tremendous run, but I mean, you have to have a bit of sympathy with the Pontypridd side. It's all done at pace. It was a lovely run. It was a step off his left foot as well. And when he went to ground, that ball was secure. The ball was there. They were looking to generate a quick ball. And what are we talking about? Someone just going in, maybe just off his feet. But that ball was already secure. It was in Pontypridd possession. And I think referees have to allow the game to flow a little bit more. And here Watkins, you know, has refereed quite well today. He's talked about being positive. But on that occasion, I think you have to, you know, have some empathy with what Pontypridd are trying to do.
Well, they've gone from 70-30 to 62-38, but the territory is getting a lot closer.
And it just shows how Pontypridd have come back in the second half. They've certainly looked the better side. They've started to play the more positive rugby. They started to win more possession, more quality possession. I suppose on balance, they probably just about deserve this lead that they have, bearing in mind what the 60 minutes that we've played.
Overthrown, and a chance for Ponty to launch another attack. Tom Riley, 2 nice steps, carries the ball in one hand, as he does so often. Shellard right up there with him again. But it was good work by David Hewitt. Pontypridd supporters can't believe how they lost that ball on the floor. Sure, Tom Riley can't as well, but it was David Hewitt who stripped the ball from him. But Riley again looking so threatening.
Yeah, he has. He's certainly shown the qualities that he possesses. He has a great eye for the gap. He had some great angles as well. He's a very, very intelligent midfield player, is Tom Riley.
There's Riley again, and just for a change, puts boot the ball. Jamie Roberts taken by Gareth Jones. There's the stand-in skipper Nathan Strong. He wants to join in the fun, and why not when he can do that? That one bounced at right angles.
Nathan Strong said showing what he can do. He's taken over the captaincy and showing a few more skills in his armoury. We've seen his ball carrying ability, we've seen his defensive work, his leadership qualities that come to the fore, certainly in the second half, but his kicking skills as well.
That's that there, Rob, in the opposition 22, 7-5 to Cardiff, but in the second half it's 3-0 to Ponty. The Cardiff team haven't been down in the opposition 22 at all in the 25 minutes we've had.
There's a couple of changes as well on the Pontypridd side. Morgan Stoddard's coming on at full-back instead of Chris Clayton. So it looks like Jason Pocock is going to the right-wing position of Morgan Stoddard. I know he's had a hamstring injury for quite some time, probably playing his first game for a month or so.
And in the back row as well, Adam Powell has come on to replace Lee Evans. And in the Cardiff second row, Chris Jones has taken over from Rob Meredith in the second row. Flanagan and Ponty playing the corners far more now in the second half as Mark Lewis tries to make inroads.
Now hands away!
McLeod. Rare attacking opportunity, spilt forward, and although they've won it back, it will be a Ponty scrum.
Wrong decision though, Gar.
Come in, first offence by Blue.
Wrong decision.
No advantage to White.
You could see all the space was out here on the left-hand side, and Nick McLeod, although there was some space in front of him and he stepped inside the first defender, there was no doubt about it. He had 3 or 4 men with width as well on the left-hand side. It was a wrong option. It was turnover ball, I think, as well, so you have to take advantage of that. You have to play with your head up. You have to look and see what's in front of you. You have to have some help as well from the players around you. They know where they're in space, or the space is out wide, and there's no doubt about it. From our position up here, all the space was down here on the left-hand side with Leon Andrews, the quick man on the left wing here.
Nice work by Gareth Jones. Nathan Strong is there, has support as well. And Adam Powell dragged down just a metre or 2 short. Great break by the scrum half, and the pressure's still on. Shellard, Ben Phillips, Lockyer tries to do it himself but can't. Still Pontypridd have the ball, just a metre short of the try line, but just forced over in the corner was Morgan Stoddard.
It's good defensive work eventually by the Blues, but just looking at this, you have to take advantage. Dafydd Lockyer, yeah, he probably did the right thing. Nick McLeod had come across, I think it was Stoddard or Nuttall who was outside him, couldn't give the pass, went himself, secured possession, good work then to secure possession, but last ditch tackling and defence saved the day for the Blues.
It was Nick McLeod who took it over though, so it's a Ponty throw, won by Chris Dicomidis. And they managed to score every time they got down to the Cardiff 22 in the first half. This would be such a precious try for them. Lockyer looking to offload but couldn't. Well jackled though by Cardiff. Superb take off the floor, right on the try line.
Push there, go back, go back.
And again, it'll be disappointment for Ponty that they come so close and then lose possession. It's excellent defensive work from Cardiff.
It was, and I think he was... it's an interesting statistic coming up here. 12 balls turned over for Cardiff, 10 for Pontypridd, and I mean that in anyone's estimate is poor really. It's bad ball presentation, not enough support players in to secure possession, and both sides will be disappointed with that.
But if Cardiff can come away from here after being under such pressure without conceding points, that could be a big turning point. A try there would surely have sealed it for Pontypridd. As it is, Cardiff still alive and kicking. Converted try for them will put them level on points, and that in fact would give them the game. They don't have to score twice because they'd win it on tries.
Well, I said they're still in this game, there's no doubt about it, and they are capable, as you saw in the first half, of putting some good quality play together. They do have pace out wide, you know, they have some ability in midfield, and Nick McLeod is here. He's got the experience, he can turn a game when he's on song, and they're still in this game. I mean, all the pressures come from Pontypridd, but they still haven't got that cushion that perhaps their play in the second half deserves. And this Cardiff side, with 11 minutes to go, are capable, there's no doubt about it. So still a lot of work to be done for Pontypridd, and Cardiff, I'm sure, will be delighted that they've kept their line intact over the last 5 minutes or so, and are now, for one of the first times in this half, in Pontypridd territory.
Still haven't quite reached the Ponty 22 in this half. They're that close. That's Cardiff's first venture into the Ponty 22 in this second period. It's taken them just short of half an hour, but it could be oh so important. Still, they rumble onwards towards the Pontypridd try line. They're going to have to use it now. Reskill trying to be dragged down by Adam Powell, but it's Cardiff ball. Richard Davis taken by the Ponty midfield, but ball is there to be used again.
Get your hands away, tackle a move.
Loose pass and spilt and turned over.
Well, I don't know.
Story of the evening.
It is, yeah. As much as both sides have played with a bit of intent, they've tried to use the spaces, they've tried to use the quality that they have behind. There have been so many mistakes, and it's been, the Pontypridd side, of course, who've perhaps made the most of the opportunities that have come their way.
And as we said earlier, in the interest of balance, we go back to Stuart.
Trying to address the balance, of course, two other Ponty boys here, but staying faithful to the region tonight, is it, Kev?
Yeah, neutral supporters tonight. Well, don't know who's going to win the game really. We're supporting both sides, I think.
Kerry Sweeney giving you a bit of stick. He reckons Ponty giving you a hiding.
Ponty what?
Ponty giving you a hiding.
Well, I'm supporting Ponty as well, so I can't really comment on that.
All right, you can't lose tonight. I'm sorry to interfere with you, Sid, whilst you're having a lovely night out with the ladies, but are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, it's a very good game, very fast, very open. bit sad to see what happened with Dale. Hope he's alright, but the game's cracking, eh?
Yeah, but I was talking to Goffey about the intensity up front. It's been an impressive battle, isn't it?
Ponty, Cardiff, and it's always going to be confrontational. It's good to see tonight. Like the pitch is really good tonight, and they're going for it. Fair play.
Yeah, still in the melting pot. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dale. Still very much in the melting pot. 8 minutes plus a bit of stoppage time to go.
Still trying to work out what Kerry Sweeney's signal to the players below him was there. Obviously, best of mates.
Good gap, gentlemen, please. Even though.
There's a rare old scrap still going on in the line-out. It's Ryan Harford wearing 20 who's just come on.
Hit first, gentlemen, then I'll call it. No ball.
The ball not in. Ponty want to make a change at scrum half as well.
I've already spoken to you twice. You've given away 2 penalties. Okay, I've asked you to cool it down a notch. All right? There won't be a second time. Okay? Just leave him and you grip on him. Okay?
It's a certain warning for Reskill. Up against Ryan Harford there, who's a Cardiff boy himself. Tremorva boy. Used to play for the Buns when Mark Ring was coaching them. Ponty will want to try and reassert themselves and play the game down in this half of the field, as they have done for most of the second half. That's a replacement scrum half, Tom Dickens, who leaves it for Strong. Pocock, intelligent kick, and Nuttall is flying down there. Nick Gill. Cardiff almost playing themselves into trouble, but in the end a clever bit of interpassing could work an overlap when it was totally unexpected. They've certainly got the numbers, even though they're on their own 22. Nice work by Slamitakis. An excellent manufactured pass as well out to Mark Lewis. Well, they certainly, both teams, are really trying to play good open rugby. McGill. Cardiff still desperately trying to work their way out of their own 22. They still have possession. In the end, Nick McLeod forced the kick. And on balance, I think Pontypridd would settle for that.
Yeah, they were. That was some very good interplay from the Cardiff side there. But it's just that odd pass again. It's not the fact it's going to ground, it's going behind players. Pass from Chris Anderson, again going behind Nick McLeod. He had to adjust himself, couldn't offload because defences had come up. He didn't have the time and space to move the ball wide, and had to go for the only option available to him, and that was a kick downfield, executed very, very well.
Gareth Edwards and Bob Norster there. They were happy visitors to this ground when the Blues won here in midweek. And Jim McCready, the Dragons team manager, just behind them having a word.
Chris, off you go, mate. Yeah, sorry.
Michael Leman has played well for Cardiff. He has left the field. Khalid Jama, his replacement. And Tom Isaacs has also come on at scrum half. And Chris Anderson, well, at times he's looked like a converted outside half this evening. He's done well for them through the season. Owen Rutley, the club captain, injured, and Anderson had to be converted to a scrum half.
Yeah, I mean, he looks obviously a class player. I mean, he's a very good footballer. But when you're under pressure, when people are coming through and the ball's not, you've got to dig deep for ball but still move it quickly. You need the instinct of a scrum half, someone who's been there, done it and seen it over the years. And I think that was lacking a little with Chris Anderson, as good as he is. And perhaps Owen Rutley's, has certainly been missed this evening.
4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Pontypridd with converted try advantage. But just to remind you, it's 2 tries all at the moment. If Cardiff were to get the converted try, that would put them in the driving seat.
Stamatakis there, penalised, not getting out of the way. Tom Dickens was trying to get the pass in, but he was there. Lazy runner, as Hugh Watkins mentioned. You can see it there.
Yeah, the foot just preventing the pass from Tom Dickens. This is a test now of the level of the clubs, because if this was a regional game, you'd expect them to really shut it out from here, to control that possession for the remaining 3 minutes. But as we've seen from both teams this evening, that hasn't always been the case. They've struggled, they've lost possession when they shouldn't, it's cost them. Drop goal attempt from David Flanagan is there! That's a great strike from David Flanagan, and that could just be the kick that puts Pontypridd into their 3rd final in 5 years.
Well, it has. I'm sure that's the final nail in the Cardiff coffin. Takes them 2 scores beyond the Cardiff side, and he did it under pressure there as well. There's some good pressure from the Cardiff side. Gareth Gravel in the back, but he was composed. He's been working with our studio guest, of course, the great Neil Jenkins, and just showing what he's learned from the master himself. Very composed, struck it well, and has given them the platform really that they should go on for them to go on and win this game.
Well, it's been 9 unanswered points from Ponty in this second half, but they know they lost the cup final to Llanelli last year when Chris McDonald went over with the very last move of the match after having led all the way through, so they won't be counting any chickens yet. But Cardiff now definitely have to score twice, come what may. Cardiff need a try first off to get back within striking distance. Their driving lines have been good this evening. That's Khalid Jama, the replacement hooker, who started things off for them, but they've gone to ground, so now they'll have to use it, and they do that through their skipper Gareth Gravel. They got a penalty coming. Tom Isaacs, Leon Andrews, nice step, good pace as well, and the support is there from Nick Gill. Desperate stuff from Cardiff in attack, Pontypridd in defence, and in the end it's a long penalty advantage from the far corner.
Well, they're responding. It's all catch-up rugby now, and Cardiff responding with some quality rugby as well. The ball moved wide, and Leon Andrews for the first time looking really dangerous. First time he's had a bit of space and looking dangerous.
On the 5 there, 15. Thank you.
Well, before they go for another line out, Rob, who's your man of the match?
Well, Gareth Gravel, Malbras, but played well, but Tom Riley in midfield for Pontypridd has been outstanding with ball in hand. He's made the difference, I think, between the two sides. And he's my Konica, Minolta man of the match.
Stamatakis was the one who got his fingertips to it, but they couldn't drive on.
No, it's out here. Pushing the line out. No, slow it down.
There was a shove in the line out in the first place, though, which may have put off Stamatakis. Constant pressure from Cardiff.
Second row.
But is it going to be enough?
5.
Stoppage time. A minute gone. 10 points the difference. That's what Cardiff have to make up late on.
Leave him down, that's good.
And there's Stamatakis again. What a target he's been. They lost it.
Leave it go, hands away.
Gareth Gravel just won it back for them. Isaacs has a dart.
No, hands away, please.
Pontypridd defending their try line for all they're worth.
Get out of there.
And it's just a scrum for the Blues.
That's probably the first line out. Stamatakis took it as well as he has done, but the ball went to ground. They couldn't get any momentum in their drive. And it's good defence there by the Pontypridd side. They want to defend this line. They won't want to give a third try away to this Cardiff side. But Cardiff, I'm sure, are just desperate really to get some real pride back in their season. They've performed well, they've done well, they've made mistakes, so I think that's cost them dearly. And the second half, they just really haven't had the possession or the territory to make their mark on this game. I mean, it's a real turnabout really, and Pontypridd and their coaches deserve a lot of credit for the way they've come out in the second half.
Time on, waiting lads, just wait, hold.
Time running out for Cardiff. I think there's another 3 minutes to go after this, so they've got to go down, score, convert and get back downfield in 180 seconds.
That's a big ask, but 3 minutes is a long time in rugby.
Good scrummage though by Ponty. Superb work, and Adam Powell was the one who came away with it. Just when Cardiff needed to concentrate, it was the Ponty 8 who had their heads on, and that has cleared the decks.
That's all they needed. It was a great scrum. I don't know whether Tom Isaacs really has had an understanding with his hooker there, but the ball was put in, and it was the drive, perhaps, and the power of the Pontypridd side that managed to get the ball back.
Isaacs going back from that line out, but he did well. McLeod looking for a way round, looking for a way through, now looking for support.
Now leave it go, 21.
Gareth Gravel trying to lead by example for his team. Nick Gill, Leon Andrews, good tackle by the man of the match, Tom Riley.
Now release Ponty, hands away.
Flanagan comes to wrap around Isaacs, and now the determination of the Ponty side is shining through in defence.
It's great going forward. Just a tackle situation, that's all.
Tom Riley again though, he read it so well. He came across when Leon Andrews had the ball, and he committed himself. He committed himself early and made the tackle, you know, basically on his own grounds. He controlled that tackle area.
1 more minute is all that remains. And another great scrum from the Pontypridd team. And all the pack congratulate each other as well they might.
1 minute. Just go square stationary, please.
It's going to be simple, basic stuff, I'm sure, from here. The ball will be in, he'll be back to Flanagan. He'll play the touchlines, so the safety of the touchlines.
Stay down. It's gone, that's fine. Now release, hands away. But it is.
Dai Flanagan, whose drop goal puts Ponty safe. Puts the ball safe for 1 more play, and he can afford a smile. His 13 points to go with 2 tries in the first half, and would have clinched it for Pontypridd. Rhys Shellard, Flanagan, anywhere will do now. He knows that's it. The ball is out of play, and Pontypridd will be in the Millennium Stadium on May the 6th. They fought hard. They were under so much pressure in the first half, but they turned it around to reach their 3rd final in 5 years. It's smiles all round at Sardis Road. Disappointment for the Arms Park outfit, but it's Pontypridd who've beaten their old adversaries Cardiff by 23 points to 13. Cardiff, the Cup Kings in the past, and Pontypridd looking to take over the mantle as Welsh rugby changes its face. 2 tries apiece, but Pontypridd doing enough in defence to see their way through. The final score at Rodney Parade with the Ponty fans jubilant. Cardiff 13, Pontypridd 23.
Well, there are the happy Ponty fans, none happier than Neil Jenkins in studio here. Neil, well deserved?
I think so. I think that they're up against their first half. Cardiff had a lot of possession, but Pontypridd defended it, exceptionally well. And then second half, gained possession themselves, played some good rugby. Young Flanagan there kicking 2 penalties and a fantastic drop goal to finish Cardiff off. Fantastic all-round performance.
Okay, man of the match Tom Riley is with Stuart.
Yeah, thanks very much, Graham. Tom, congratulations on that. Big game and a good night to have a big performance.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Against Cardiff is always a big one, isn't it? And come away with a victory. It was a hard-fought game. They come out all guns blazing, and we were under the cost for most of the game. But fair play to the boys. Can't take my hat off to them. They've done very, very well. Fair play.
Well, you obviously felt what the stats showed, which was Cardiff really came at you first half. You balanced things second half a bit, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think the boys sort of got into it a bit more, and we sort of secured a bit more ball. And I think that was a key factor, and our defence is awesome for the boys. Well
done on that. Let's bring in your happy coach, Johnsy. Can we have a word with him? Paul John, of course, who knows what it was like to win a cup final as a player, and a chance to do so as a coach now again.
Yeah, that was a hard win last 25 minutes then, to be fair. It's a lot worse coaching than it was playing. But fair play to the boys. A lot of character first half, 65% possession against us, and managed to come in with a lead. I think we knew that we could win the game then. To be fair, the defence still standing second half, so I can't fault the boys.
And when you're defending a narrow lead in a semi-final, that injury time must have felt like a half of its own.
Oh, it did. You could hear a shout on the side there, but 7 points ahead wasn't enough for us because they'd scored more tries if they had a try and conversion, so we'd have been out of the draw. So it was important that drop goals outstanding. That was just caused a little bit of fun.
Well done tonight. Go and enjoy it with the guys. Cheers now.
No complaints, Mike, from a Cardiff viewpoint?
No, I think Pontypridd thoroughly deserved that victory with their second half performance. Their defence was very good, and critically they took their opportunities when they had the chance, and thought Dai Flanagan was very good. He sort of controlled matters in the second half, but the one who really caught my eye, and man of the match Tom Riley, I thought he was outstanding, and he's a real find there. And I was chatting to Jenks, he's on his way to the Blues next year, and I think that he'll do very well at the regional level.
Neil, Robert called it, Dai Flanagan taught by the old master. This was the drop goal which won it. You'd have been proud of this, wouldn't you?
Oh, most definitely. I think as soon as he caught that, it's the toughest kick of all. I think the drop kick, and fantastic strike. That is absolutely awesome, on the move as well, and very difficult to do. He made it look very easy, outstanding.
And he kicked well out of hand as well in the game.
More than pleased. We were here yesterday, I didn't like to tell you earlier, but practicing as well, trying to find out what's not and what to do at this ground, and he kicked very well yesterday and he's outstanding again today. A lot of hard work done and done well.
Okay, so Ponty in the final, Mike. Who do you fancy from the other game?
I think
Neath
probably overwhelming favourites for that, but it would make a very good final, sort of Ponty Neath. I think Cardiff there be bitterly disappointed. Didn't take their chances in that first half, and when they look back at that game, they will see that they should have been up at half time by and you have to in semi-finals. You don't get a second opportunity, and they'll be desperately disappointed, I think, the Cardiff lads.
That game, of course, live on S4C. Final word, Neil?
Fantastic.
Proved a point tonight, Pontypridd.
Oh, it's brilliant. Be a good bit of banter, and the boys now, the academy boys in training on Monday. But it's excellent. They really enjoyed the game. Both sides went for it, and just chuffed the Pontypridd come out on top.
Once a Valley Commando, always a Valley Commando.
Had a great time in Cardiff. Black and white, I
knew that all along. Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, Neil. Thanks, Mike. That's about it. Cardiff may have their name on the region, but perhaps Pontypridd have their name on the cup. Bye for now.